And good morning, everyone, and welcome back to NeelyFX. My name is Michael Neely, and this is the channel where I talk about foreign exchange trading, prop firm trading, proprietary firm trading, and building expert advisors for the MetaTrader 4 and MetaTrader 5 platform. It is Friday, June 19th, and that is it's an American holiday. And not quite sure what Juneteenth is all about, but hey, it is a federal holiday, so there will be the New York session today is going to be pretty lame. It's not a whole lot of activity going on today unless something dramatic happens, and so far nothing dramatic has happened. So we are just kind of hanging out here to see what happens. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and talk about risk, because you do need to know about risk. It is possible that you can come into the Forex world and lose your entire investment, and that's not something anybody wants to do, but it's something that happens. So with that, let's go ahead and what's going on here? And see what is taking place. I just found a little glitch in my website to find out what's going on. Enough about that. Let's go ahead and get started talking about the risk. First, this channel is for educational and entertainment purposes only and does not constitute trading or financial advice. I'm a professional trader, not a broker, trading my own capital. I do not solicit funds, manage client accounts, nor do I hold CFTC or NFA registration at this time. I have held NFA registration in the past, so this is not my first rodeo. Forex trading is highly speculative with a high risk of losing some or all of your investment capital. Only trade with funds you can comfortably afford to lose. And the CFTC risk disclosure: Forex trading carries a high degree of risk and may not be suitable for all investors. The high degree of leverage can work against you as well as for you. Before trading Forex, consider your investment objectives, experience, and risk appetite. You could sustain a loss of all of your investment capital, and that also goes for things such as gee whiz. It also goes for things such as crypto. You also need to know that about crypto. So with that, let's go ahead and first just come over here, and I guess we'll crypto especially, because crypto is bouncy, and it's it's not really, it's a new currency or new asset class, so no one was really quite sure what's going on with it yet. Michael Saylor seems to be controlling the whole lot of it, but he does not have $1 trillion net worth like Elon Musk does, so it's not real clear what's going on with that. So I would watch out for, even if you're a crypto trader. I am not. If you're a crypto trader, then by all means, also take that into account, that you can lose all your investment capital, although it's not been the case since 2008 when it started at 0.00001 cents. Oh well, here we have the my expert advisors. These let's talk about me some more. The Bollinger Band and RSI Mean Reversion Pro for MetaTrader 4, and the Bollinger Band and RSI Mean Reversion Pro for MetaTrader 5. Might get some work done on those today and get those kind of shifted around, as well as getting some other stuff done over here. Maybe get that one working a little bit better, or build it with RSI instead. Test it with RSI instead of MACD. MACD is a little bit of a slower indicator on that. RSI is better, and maybe with an ATR filter or something like that. That might make that a more robust EA, and maybe make it more profitable. I've got also 5 other EAs that I'm planning on releasing pretty soon that I'm not quite where I want to be on those yet, but we'll get there soon with that. And with that, we also have, let's come over here. Oh, look, Bank of Canada maintains a policy rate at 2.4%. That is handy news. Gosh, I wish I'd known that. That is from a few days ago. We need to kind of come back here and see what's going on with this, because right now, 8:41 a.m., 8:40 a.m., 40 a.m. I need to look over these, because I just updated the RSS feed for this, and I'm very excited about this. And got a ton of news posts for the public news page for my site, tradingforexforprofit.com. So this is going to become a premium source for trading news. I'm not sure. You might want to check it out now to see what is going on with that, because I may be changing this around. Some of it may be premium soon. Maybe I'm not going to do things like rate decisions, but this is all news feeds coming in from the central banks. I think 5 central banks right now. and probably going to be expanding to possibly a China news source, which is going to be very interesting to do. I'm not quite sure how we're going to pull that off yet, but because although their sites do, I'm sure, have RSS feeds, they can't wait to get news out too, just like everybody else. But it's very exciting today. We're going to see what happens. Canada has their financial stability report for 2026. That'll be weird too. With that, let's go ahead and get into today's type thing. Let's first test out, and then I'm definitely going to be making some changes to this soon to make sure it's more accurate, because right now it's we're showing a neutral. Minus 20 to 20 is neutral, and we are at -2. So we are dead in the center of neutral. Nothing going on today because the New York session is pretty much closed. It's still showing the dollar abnormally strong. I don't think that's the case right now because the dollar is weaker than the yen. So I may have this on a larger time frame too. I may have this set to like a weekly time frame, and it should be set to like a 4-hour time frame or something like that. So we'll see what happens with that. Let's see if I can't get that fixed. So in the meantime, let's go ahead and look at some other, see how we're compared. Look at that. Oh, it's risk on already. Huh, how about that? So it just shifted to risk on. I don't know why. I guess maybe peace is breaking out in the Middle East. Maybe. Who knows? Or maybe they're tired of caring about whether or not there's peace or war in the Middle East. It's not like it's a news flash that there's war in the Middle East. It's been going on for what, 3,000-4,000 years. So that's well before the internet. Let's see. Let's go ahead and look over here and see what's going on. The Japanese yen is way up here because they are threatening intervention again, and they usually do it. But the intervention usually only takes a couple of days, and it bounces right back to where it was, or a week or something like that. It's usually, I think I need to change how I'm thinking about that, the dollar yen trade, because it's always I've always gotten, in the last few years, I've gotten into the idea that the bullish trade is going to be better. At least it was until they started talking about the carry trade breaking down in 2022, and then I started shifting to, oh, I need to sell, but then that's a losing trade anyway. You slice it, so that has been a losing trade. I've just lost some more on that, waiting for the carry trade to break down, but we are not there yet, and I'll show you why in just a minute. News today from forex.com, right here. Nothing going on. Nothing going on. It's a bank holiday in the United States, so we are doing nothing. Canada just released some stuff. Let's see if that goes into my feed. Is that has gone into my feed yet? And then the Aussies are releasing their inflation data tonight, because it is not a. Oh, look at that. Israel and Hezbollah have agreed to a ceasefire. That's what's driving it. How about that? So that is what's going on. Israel and that's from Financial Juice. Israel and Hezbollah have agreed to a ceasefire at 4 p.m. local time on Friday. So that's just shortly, I think. So that's kind of cool. Everybody likes that. Peace is breaking out in the Middle East. That's why we're going risk on today now. So that's Market Pulse. My Market Pulse feed is not as quick as this one. I think it updates half-hourly. So it will update in about half an hour that happened. Also need to put that on my news website. So with that, let's go ahead and see what the Fed watch is, because since the Fed is no longer putting out data for it's not putting out any more, what do you call it? Forward guidance is what they're calling it. So we're not sure what the Fed's going to do these days. As it indicates here, we're showing a 40% chance of a rate hike and a 59% chance of a rate cut. So the Jerome Powell days of full disclosure are over, and Kevin Warsh is the magician behind the curtain now. So we'll see what he's got, the wizard behind the curtain. No doubt. We'll see what happens with that as time goes on. Oh, geez. What a fun day. Let's see. Let's look at Bitcoin real quick. I don't typically look at Bitcoin, but this is looking like another collapse may be imminent based on what I'm hearing on a possible margin call on Michael Saylor's stock, which is at the lowest point in history right now. If that's the case, look out below. We can see if it can break 59,000. If it breaks 59,000, it's going to go further, and a lot more Bitcoin millionaires are going to be wiped out. So that will be one thing to keep an eye out for. it's I'm kind of kicking myself for not getting into it in 2012. I never had the opportunity to, but I never could figure it out. But at any rate, that was before I was getting more into the world of finance and stuff. U.S. 10-year bond coming down to 4.45%. Japanese 10-year bond going up 1.38%. You know what that means? Right here, look at that carry trade. Starting to break down. That's coming down here, going up there. That means the carry trade is possibly falling apart a little bit more. However, we're not there yet. We're anywhere close to that carry trade breaking down yet. So the major corporations that make money on the carry trade are still going to be doing that. Therefore, it's not a good time to sell. I would not sell the dollar versus the yen yet. Oh, that's the wrong one. Wrong chart. Let's go back. Can I go back? Do it this way? Nope. That's not going to work. Okay, I'll come back here to the Japanese 10. There we go. That's better. I'll save that. I'll go back to the other chart. There we go. That's better. And here we are with 2.646% of the Japanese yen. Now we'll come down to the euro versus the pound. Again, this is going to be a quick video today because there's really not a whole lot going on. Pound versus the yen. Pound is taking over the position of the yen. Pardon me. Euro versus the pound. Pound is stronger than the yen. Then the euro. I don't know why I keep saying yen. Probably because I'm looking at that Y right there. And it's not a bearish engulfing candle yet because the euro made a strong move yesterday against the pound, but is not really doing much today. DXY, look at that. That is a possible reversal candle taking place right there at 100.74. Good psychological number too. So we could be looking at that into the weekend, and then we'll see what happens on the other side of that. Euro versus the dollar right here. Again, nice reversal candle building right there. And again, another nice reversal, a possible reversal candle. Not calling them a reversal candle, possible reversal candle. So that may affect your trading. You may want to get on the other side of that trade if you're selling. Which it might be time to go back into the euro and the dollar and the pound versus the dollar. I'm testing my EAs right now too. That should be a time that they should be coming in and buying. Although I don't think I have the margin to buy right now because I'm involved in the Aussie trade. Because I doubled down on the Aussie trade yesterday as it hit a low. So we'll see if that reverses and I get some money on that. I get some money back. Dollar versus the Swissy, the USDCHF, as some people call it. Perking up, but starting to look like it could be a possible reversal. Dollar versus the yen, right there. That's looking like a possible reversal too at 161.20. That's higher than I ever thought it would go. It went as high as 161.47. No, 161.80. So that's what's triggering the Japanese, the BOJ to actually take action. So with that going up 120 pips yesterday or something like that, it's a 60 pip pullback today. Probably see that going even further south soon. Like big time, like a couple hundred pips, 300 pips, 400 pips. Pound versus the yen already taking place. Look at that, 213.28. So the pound is in theory bigger than the yen right now, but it is not showing it right there. Euro versus the yen already down again off its highs from a couple of days ago, 187, 186.27. Canada versus the yen, 113.83 right there. That'll be handy. That's going to come down further. That's testing support right there, big time. So we'll see if that unleashes from the support that was set up in February. And see if it drops below 113.70. Crude oil, 75.58. I'd like to see that come down even further. That would make everybody happy. Except the people who don't want crude oil to come down. I don't know who those people are. Dollar versus the Canadian. Look at that, 141.60, off to the races. Again, this one is just one that I just can't wrap my mind around. Maybe now that I'm getting more Bank of Canada news into my news feed, I can watch the dollar versus the Canadian a little bit better. US versus the UCAD, as I call it. I don't know who else calls it that. Aussie versus the dollar, 70.17. Looking for that to perk up and turn around sometime soon. I would really like that. Precious metals, 41.69. Gold, Coming down, still, another $40 right there, testing, not quite testing support yet. It's got to come down to 40.77. So if it breaks that, if it breaks 40.77, then it's going to be a, then that's going to be the sign that we've got a lot of good stuff happening, maybe. Platinum, down 30, close to 30, down 1677. We'll see if that tests support. Again, palladium, same thing. Silver, 65.14, testing support, or it'll be testing support at 63.288. See if it drops down below 63 today. If it drops down below 63, the next stop is going to be 53. So we're looking for a possible 10-year drop in the price of silver, which goes against everything on the fundamentals of silver, because right now we got a whole lot of paper chasing a little bit of silver. So I don't see it coming down too much more than that, but it's I think $1 and or $395 and paper silver is chasing $1 and 1 ounce of silver, I think, something like that. 395 ounces of silver and paper is chasing 1 ounce of silver in reality. So still looking for that to go to spike high. IGV not open yet for today. Opens up in about 30 minutes. But yesterday, took it on the chin again yesterday. Not too bad though. Kind of mixed. NVIDIA up 3%. Upwork down. I like watching Upwork fall apart. That makes me happy. I wanted to get a t-shirt and a mug and everything else. I saw guys that were making $1 million on Upwork, or have made $1 million on Upwork lifetime, who are now filming videos about making pies in their kitchen and stuff like that. So that is an indication right there that market is dead. Here we have the electricity prices in the United States. They are going up further and are going to continue to go up because AI came out right about here. November 2022 is when it went public, I think. It's when OpenAI released their AI models to the public. And since then, it is 4 cents. It's up 4 cents per kilowatt hour. And so how about that? With that, I want to just take a brief look at the dollar versus the Chinese yuan. Let's see what's going on with that. It is dollars dominating the Chinese yuan pretty handily. I think it's a market traded device now. It may just be fixed by the Chinese government, maybe. But it is down. Let's look at the weekly on that one. I may want to pull this one up to the so I get a better idea of what's going on with the Australian trade, the Aussie, as it were. So it's not down too bad for the past few years. However, I think, yeah. Oh well, not sure what I'm going to do with the China dollar versus the Chinese yuan yet. But at any rate, that's about all I've got for today. I'm going to put it back to the DXY so we can see what's going on. And put this back on daily. That is about all I've got for today. If you like this video, then hit the like button. If you want to see more of these videos, then subscribe to the channel. I'd love to have you as a viewer and as a subscriber also. And lastly, if you have any comments for me, hit me up in the comment section and I'll get back with you as soon as I can. So you guys have a great one, and I will talk to you later. Bye.